So I'm scrolling through Reddit. I find an interesting looking post. You know, it's some dude complaining about like his college or some shit. And I open up the comments and it's just a bunch of people like leaving a guy's username like in the comments. Like they're just adding a guy. And the username is Snooroar, right? And I have no idea what the fuck is going on here. So I message one of the guys that left the comments. Obviously this is on one of my alts, right? But I messaged the guy and he's like, yeah, there's this guy called Snooroar, and he has over 2,000 alt accounts on Reddit just to troll with. He always posts about the same specific topics, so you can always tell it's him. Like, it's a new account, it's always posting the same thing. I look into it, and apparently this kid is like, he's a student at UCLA. He posts on Reddit and this other weird running forum under the name David45, and it's always about the same like it's always about like the same like 3 to 4 topics. It's always about like how he hates frat guys, how he has no friends, how he's screwed because he's getting an engineering degree, which is asinine, by the way, or how he got like rejected from joining the military or something. Like it's always like some like, it's like a pity party, right? But it's funny because it's just the most mundane shit ever. Like just the fucking constant barrage of this stuff. And I mean, this guy, he's been banned. He has to make like dozens of alt accounts every day to continue posting. This has been going on for years, right? Like every single day. And I guess people get mad because they get in the comments and they don't know or something, and then they try to help him or whatever. Like he's energy vampiring him, and then they find out like, oh, this is like just a dude playing a game here, and then they're really pissed off about it. Anyway, more about him. Apparently, so he goes to UCLA, and apparently people have actually met him in real life. And like his roommates, like they know who his roommates are. So the roommates have tried to like talk to him and be like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, okay, you're at a whole other level when your Reddit trolling like actually comes into your real life. Like people like start talking, like that's insane to me. Like people would like approach you, like cold approach you and be like, dude, are you okay? Like I've seen the posts on Reddit. Supposedly they say he's like super weird. Like I don't know if it's like autistic kind of vibe, but they say he doesn't really want anybody to talk to him. He cuts off contact with people, and he just keeps posting. Like that's all he wants to do is continue posting on Reddit. I think a lot of this is probably like hearsay of like, because I couldn't find a super direct source on that, but I've been trying to do my research, and I've heard multiple times that people have come to him in real life. Do you think their mother knows? Oh my God, I have no idea. And honestly, I almost didn't want to put this in, but it's like an Elliot Rodgers situation in a way. It was like very similar, if you know who Elliot Rodgers was, that like incel guy that made all those weird videos about how like he's, you know, has no friends or can't have a relationship and like life is so unfair, and then he like literally went and tried to commit a mass shooting. This guy kind of like has, I don't know, there's weird similarities to it. But anyway, how much of this are you making up? No, I did the research. I'll show you. Dude, I literally have like 1,000 tabs. All these Reddit tabs are just me trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. I have a few interesting ones. Hang on, let me go to here. I found this comment on one discussion post. I thought it summed up the situation pretty well. The post is titled, "Is Snooroar a person?" Sorry, dumb question, I'm new. And look at the subreddit. The subreddit it's on is called Mechanical Engineering. It like apparently he just tries to find specific subreddits that are just like really niche, and then just starts going on and on there, right? So one of the things is like how he's getting a degree in engineering and how he's screwed because there's no more jobs in engineering, or like people thought engineering was great and now he can't get an internship or whatever, you know, stupid bullshit. But the post is titled, "Is Snooroar a person?" And I love this. I'm not sure why people are so certain Snooroar is one person. Snooroar seems more to be an archetype of a person. The depressed, self-hating, self-depreciating, and spiraling toxic person. I thought it was funny they said Snooroar is an archetype of a person. I think that this is probably all one person. Maybe aside from a few outliers that might just be trying to like egg it on, right? But I think a lot of this is probably actually being done by one person, given that it's always the same 3 topics over and over, right? And this shit has been going on for years. And then he's also on the running forum with the the trolling on the running forum saying that, you know, I can't get anything better than a 12-minute mile or some shit. Like he's always complaining about how he can't run more than a 12-minute mile and asking for tips just to come back the next week and say, I still can't run a 12-minute mile, right? Or I still can't run better than a 12-minute mile. I'm Snooroar. I wish, dude. No, I'll get to it. Because I know what you're thinking. You're like, dude, Yopo, you troll on Reddit too all the time. I don't know. He is fascinating to me for that reason, right? I'll just say it. As somebody who enjoys trolling Reddit, I get it. It can be very liberating in a way. But to be fair, I don't know why, like the actual rationale behind the posting, right? I don't know exactly why he's doing it. Like this guy could be legitimately like super mentally fucked up and like this is a cry for help kind of thing, you know? Like he could be legitimately mentally disturbed. I wouldn't consider that to be trolling, really. That's not trolling if it's actually what's going on. It's more concerning, right? Like trolling is when you've got somebody kind of playing a character, right? They aren't fully behind what they're saying, or they're not behind what they're saying at all. They're just saying it to get a rise out of people, right? And honestly, if it is just trolling, I can't say I don't support it, because the way that I see it is trolling is kind of, it is an art form in a way, in a fucked up kind of way. It's a performance art form. And personally, I find it incredibly entertaining. I know some people don't, because some people don't get it. Some people get roped into it, and then they get pissed about it, right? And I can understand that. I really think your feelings on trolling are more of like a personality trait, right? It's more of just like an aspect of who you are, not really some sort of like deeper moral quandary or anything like that, you know? I think you are a bad person. Thank you, Ghost. That's very nice. You know what? I can accept that. I can accept that. I've understood that some people think that, and I've given it thought, and I've decided, you know what? I don't really think it's that bad. And I don't really mind if people do think that I'm a bad person for doing it. I don't really mind. I don't need to be a good person. I don't need that to continue to function in life. We were talking about the Snooroar and I went on this big giant, I guess, you know, I've already milked the cow, right? You know, but a guy that's making 2,000 alt accounts to troll, I can't help but respect it in some way. Because most people take the ban and they're like, yeah, I ain't messing with it anymore. You have to be built different. Make that many alt accounts.
Hit that follow button, bitch.